Magdapong tumugod ang pamuno. Ang unang po magtatanong, siyempre si Edith Regalado ng Philippines na.
Mali ba yan? Udto, di ba?
Maayong udto na. Good afternoon po, sir.
Sa Pampangan udto.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. My question is about the Bangsamoro basic law wherein we understand that it's already 99.99% done, but we may know exactly what is the status, and may we know exactly is it true that you're about to submit it to Congress by Wednesday?
Ibigay ko na sa peace panel, pero basically true lang.
True yun na sinabi ko.
It's just a last cleaning up following the meetings that were held last week. So on Wednesday, there will be a turnover ceremony in Malacanang. The leaders and our expected champions in Congress will be going to Malacanang. And the President himself has decided, he will personally endorse the draft to Congress.
Sir?
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday. Sir, may follow-up question lang po ako isa, sir. Your manong Rudy, Mayor Rudy Duterte, there have been maraming growing claimer na for him to run for president in 2016. Any statement, any comment, anything po?
Hindi ako na-authorize si Manong Pilu na magsalita para sa kanya. So baka naman usurpation of office. I think that question should be better addressed.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Alex Lopez, Manila Bulletin.
Sir, may multo. How would the national government address the resistance from environment groups against the government's efforts right now in enticing more investments for power mix generation here in Mindanao?
Well, siguro let's start out, no? Yung problem of power in Mindanao is a common problem. Diba? Problema natin lahat. So, dapat pagkasunduan natin kung solusyon na. Ano mo magagawa sa kasalukuyan? Who wouldn't want na dali natin lahat sa renewable energy? Ang problema nun, alam natin lahat kung gaano kamahal kung magsosolar tayo and other forms of renewable energy. So, gusto natin reliable power, number one. Gusto natin reasonable power, yung presyo, number two. Ang tanong dito, paano ma-attain yan? So, basta lang maraming series of public hearings ang naititigoy na organized sa DOE para marinig ang bawat panig at para mapagkasunduan nga kung anong pwede gawin. Sa natural gas na less environmentally harmful, sa Pilipinas natin na may problema tayo dahil wala pa sa Pilipinas no regasification plant. Yung gas kasi medyo malaking volume na inoccupy. Para ma-transport yan sa mga nagpo-produce, kailangan mong gawing liquefied natural gas or compressed natural gas. Para magamit ng ating turbine plants naman, kailangan mong ibalik to sa kanilang completely gaseous state. Yung tinatawag na regasification plant. We want to push for that, but there's still no plant that yung regasification, that will undertake the regasification. So limited yung choices natin dito. And if we need it now, like Mindanao needs it now, yung coal is one of the most accessible at this point in time.
Thank you, Alex. Inan Dano, 9 News from Sonata.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, what are your directives regarding the expected traffic buildup from efforts to decongest the Port of Manila?
Sige, maganda maintindihan natin yung problem sa congestion sa Manila. There is no normal times before the ordinance, if I remember correctly, may tinatawag silang throughput. Yung pumapasok na ilalabas was about 5,000 containers daily. Okay. After the ordinance, I think it went as low as either 2,000, a little over 2,000 na naging throughput, or 3,000. And that's a daily basis. And the daily is defined as Monday to Saturday. So yung hindi mailabas na ipon doon, dumating yung punto, wala na mapaglagyan ng mga ibababang containers na dumarating. Na-congest rin natin yung mga ports that support us like Singapore, Kaohsiung, and there's a third one that escapes my memory right now. Shipments even of government, for instance, yung M4 rifles ng AFP were held up in Singapore because of this congestion. Now, yung historically, for every 4 containers that come to the Philippines, our exporters take care of 1. 4 na pumasok, may 1 na ginagamit pabalik. So maraming empties. So, alam niyo, medyo haba ng problem din sa port. Hindi ko malaman kung ano na i-share sa inyo. For instance, among sa things na na-discover, di ba parang pag iniisip natin tracking, napaka-regularized na yung the companies that are helping the inclusive business here, di ba? Like Nestle. You one would assume na regular tracks nila, regular schedules, etc. I was told na parang, I think that for want of a better phrase, yung cattle feeding, first into the chute, first one to get out. Yung every day, namimili sila ng tracker nila. So that also takes time. You're correct rin. Meron mga namang ginawang, tinitingnan yung ating ports na cheaper warehousing facility than the warehouses that they can utilize. Nag-overstay. Kaya naglabas ng bagong utos sa'yo na you have a certain number of days to bring it out, lalo na clear ka na. Pag hindi pa clear, you will be charged, for want of a better phrase, baka wharfage fees. No? Para nga ma-discourage na gawin mo warehouse yung government ports. But at the end of the day, medyo marami-rami talagang containers ang pinag-uusapan dito. Merong ililipat na sa Clark at sa Subic, yung mga overstay, preparatory siguro, baka kailangan ng mga ceasing operations dito. Pero rin kailangan paglagyan ng mga empties. Nag-arkila na rin, if I remember correctly, it's BPA, who has chartered a ship to take care of just of empties. Para makapati-congest. Now, we were clearly on track to bring the situation to normal levels. Ang problema lang natin, September is the start of the build-up for the Christmas season. So, may bulusok, no? Natadami na naman ito. Anong gagawin natin dahil inaayos pa lang natin yung problemang dumating nga. Particularly, it's a city ordinance and perhaps in fairness, no? Nobody envisioned how bad this amount to. And at the same time, I'd like to emphasize that all of the intermediate steps that we asked the Manila City Hall to do, they did. But it seems not enough. At saka, napakarami talaga. You know, when you want to clear it up, Sundays no, would be, sana may 5,000 units na clear. Sunday, wala pala nagtatrabaho dyan. No matter what incentives we put in. Yung sa Batangas port, if I remember correctly, it's either 25% and will soon be about 10% of the charges we charge for the Manila port to encourage ships to go to Batangas and further decongest. Everything and anything that has been thought of that can address this congestion problems being done. When I get back this afternoon, I hope to be able to view and to be briefed on exactly what caused the traffic last weekend. Is it really I was getting raw reports while it was happening. No? May areas in front of the DPWH, tapos yung connection ng A. Bonifacio, sabi na dito, clear sa amin. Clear sa inyo, sarap yung it's a PPA route that is delayed. Chinek, nagpapadala tayong tao doon, wala sa PPA. So, there was a gridlock in one component of these lanes. And I don't want to rely on the reports anymore. I want to see the video that were captured by the CCTV to determine exactly where. Now we ask for forgiveness from the public. No? There is an impact on this congestion on the growth of our economy. We don't want this thing to exacerbate problems like, for instance, increasing prices for food because of the difficulty in the transport and the logistics of bear in mind that we can sacrifice somewhat here or have longer term effects that everybody will suffer from because of this phenomenon that has happened.
Sir, sa MRT naman po, there are still many complaints regarding inefficiencies in the MRT. What concrete and immediate actions can we expect from government to at least ease yung daily inconveniences po ng MRT commuters?
Well, alam nyo, may ko sa inyo, partially, number one, we were left with something that is really old, about 30 years old. Yung maintenance contract, for instance, if I'm correct with that, so, minsan hindi ko nakikita yung division ng MRT technically, pero bottom line, I think it was the MRT that had the contracting arm, yung regional maintenance, a Japanese firm, wanted to give it up, primarily because yung volume was pegged when they entered into contract at about 300,000 riders per day. Your actual ridership is 500 plus thousand, okay? Which is also a sign that people have to we move something like 2 million people into the NCR every day. ibig sabihin nun, may difference kasi population daytime at saka nighttime. Nighttime population is 12 million, daytime is 14 million. So there are 2 million commuters that have to either go, public transport, private transport. Right? It's an old system. No matter in the maintenance, let me read yung steps that are being undertaken by DOTC Undersecretary Maya. Sorry, pa-recover lang sa kanila. One of the first things that they did was dated September 3. They suspended operations Saturday and Sunday of that week, primarily to undertake a more thorough review of the entire system. And this was because of the above normal glitches in their systems. Nag-expire na yung maintenance contract September 4. Actually, I'm scheduled to have a meeting with Secretary Abayan for more details of this. Pero medyo mahirap i-share. It's about 5 pages. But the main point is that they are on top of the situation. We have this is also one where we're getting new units, if I remember correctly, to replace the old. And if I remember also correctly, dinamanda kami yung trying to replace. I understand the people who are claiming that they have the right of first refusal to replace the units also wanted an extension of 25 years or 30 years in their franchise. And if I remember also, yung parang after the increase in the franchise period, meron yata increase in the rate that they wanted. So sabi rin, ahabain yung franchise nyo, nataasan natin yung rate, not to the benefit, the increased rates will be met by a lot of resistance by the commuting public. And government can purchase it. Why shouldn't government purchase it? Tapos yung nagka-purchase, kung anong issue na naman ang lumabas na influence spending, etc. So there is a problem, but it is a problem that should have less problems attached to it. If certain things were done before we took it over.
Sir, very last. So just how long, sir, will the public, the commuters, have to
I'll
experience?
get back to you as soon as I finish my meeting with Secretary.
Thank you, sir.
Last week, I talked to Chairman Murad. We were dealing with the UN in the Golan Heights issue. We had Ebola also, and what to do with it. I had something like 11 problems last Tuesday I had to attend to. And this was the second batch, mga Thursday. So yung Tuesday, tinatapos pa natin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Ang huli po magtatanong, Marisol ng Jimmy 7.
Nice.
Good morning, Mr. President. May we just hear it straight from you, sir, your reaction with regards to what the Vice President, Judge Manabinay, is saying regarding the investigation on the alleged overpricing of the Makati Building 2, which is just purely politics. As a matter of fact, the pursued investigation is just because the administration is just afraid of him in the upcoming elections.
At the end of the day, the truth will set us all free. Now, do I have knowledge as to the veracity of the accusations against the Vice President? I have no personal knowledge to say. No. The information that I have now, I'm relying primarily on what the media has been putting out in the papers primarily. So, again, I have nothing to add as to, at this point in time, as to the truth or falsehood of the accusations against the Vice President.
Okay. On a lighter note, Mr. President, can you just get your statement on your being the best man of Senator Cheese Escudero in his upcoming wedding with Heart Evangelista? And who is your possible date?
Yung bridesmaid, palagay ko, sila mahalaro rin. Cheese is a very good friend of mine. We've known each other since we started in Congress in 98. Medyo mahaba-haba namin yung period. Marami na rin pinagdaanan. Number one, I'm really glad. No? Perhaps this really will be the route for both of their happiness, and I will pray for that, and hopefully it really will materialize. Now, as to being best man, syempre I'm honored, but also I'm relieved that I wasn't made Nino. And he probably would have suggested the same, but I did mention that, hope springs eternal, and we have a belief that single people who become godparents do not remain single for the rest of their lives. So to avoid that possibility in case that exists, I was even willing to become a secondary sponsor Pero pinaka-appropriate yata sa akin because I never did it ring bearer. But we are looking forward to it being a joyous occasion. Let us strive for really happiness for all.
And I understand, Mr. President, that you also have a role or a part in the entourage of Ding Dong's wedding with Marian.
No, when I, during his oath taking, said, sir, will invite you. So I said, yes. Hindi ko alam kung may role ako doon. Maliban sa guest. But again, they've been very supportive, both of them. And they really seem to be happy. So I really hope that it continues for the rest of their lives.
Sir, pang ilang best man yun na?
Ano pa, may mga bagay na hindi na binibilang eh. Baka, natapos na ako doon sa pagtatanong na ito na lang ang papel ko dito.
So, kailan na, sir?
I really don't know how many.
Hindi, kailan na, sir, yung inyo?
Sabi nga ni Raymar Field, soon. It's sooner tomorrow than yesterday.
We'll be looking forward to that, sir. Thank you so much, Mr.
Okay,
President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Davao Media. Thank you, Malakayang Press ko. Magandang tanghali po sa inyo.